Redigging the Wells, Session 2. Again, as I did with Session 1, I'm revisiting this so I can provide it to you on video, as well as what I spoke about in the church a couple of months ago. Today my theme is what's called soaking worship. Yeah, not just worship, but soaking worship. What does that mean? Well, it's the practice of putting on some kind of worship music. Could be other music as well, but normally worship music, and just using it as something which helps you sit and rest in the presence of God. All too often in our lives, we rush on, we want to get things done, we want to get through things, we want to get on to the next task. And soaking worship says, you know what, I'm going to take half an hour or even more and just sit in the presence of God. Let the music wash over me, and while that's happening, listen out, not for the lyrics, not for the musical notes, but listen out for what God is saying to me. I've run some soaking worship sessions at church, but what about if you haven't been able to get to them, perhaps won't for a while to come? Well, you can do soaking worship at home. Perhaps it might be a favourite CD which you put on and just listen through to the whole album. Perhaps you've got a compilation, something which really stirs your heart. Perhaps you've got access to an online service like Spotify or something. We can stream music, although the adverts could be a bit distracting that if you don't pay for it. Perhaps if you want to get really ambitious, you can create your own playlist. I've got a lot of my Christian music and other music on my computer, so I can create whole long playlists. And in fact, when I've been working on things for church, that's where I've started. I've created a playlist and brought together sometimes hundreds of tracks, and then I've whittled it down to be a bit less ambitious. And then when I've got maybe 10 or 12, well, often that will fill it out, and then I start to think about how to order them and how to blend them. All of this is a praying process itself, listening to God and asking Him to lead me. And then I end up with something where I can just press play, sit back and relax in the presence of God. And that is a wonderful way to be built up in your spirit. So as an exercise to redig the spiritual wells of your life, how about having a go at making your own soaking worship playlist? And then don't just make it, but sit and soak in the presence of the Holy Spirit.